My name is Derry Grehan. I am the lead guitarist and principal songwriter with the Canadian band Honeymoon Suite. I'm an original member. I've been in this band for over 40 years, and we are still very active in touring and recording to this day.
Now, I heard you also have a solo record coming out. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, my new solo record. Well, that is finally coming out actually this month, the month of October. It's going to be fully available on streaming and everything else. It is the first solo record I've ever done. I've done many records with Honeymoon Suite. The last one, which came out February of this year, our full band record. And I had to wait for that one to run its course and before I released my solo one. So my new solo album is called Dirty Power, and it's my first all instrumental record. There's no singing on it. It's just all guitar. I recorded all the tracks myself except for the drums, which I hired out a few session drummers that I know that play extremely well and gave me great tracks. There's 9 songs on it, and they're all electric except for one acoustic song. And so far, it's really exciting to have this come out, and the response has been great.
Why a solo record now?
Up till now, for the last 40 years, I've been the songwriter with Honeymoon Suite, and that really is kind of like my solo project. I mean, everything I want to do, I get to do in that band. I write the songs. We've got a great singer and a great band, and that just fulfills me there as a songwriter. But I think a lot of this came as a result of COVID, when most of the musicians and anybody in the music business that I know had to take about a 3-year break with nothing to do. We couldn't perform, we couldn't tour, we couldn't record. So a lot of us were sitting at home for a couple of years in our home studios, just filling the days with writing and playing to kind of keep our sanity. So during that time, I started messing around with a lot of riffs that I built up over the years that hadn't really become songs yet. And one of the songs, the first song on the album, which is called Don't Be Afraid, was supposed to be a Honeymoon Suite song, a vocal song, but I couldn't finish it. But the music was killer. So one day I decided, well, I'm just going to play lead over this whole thing because I don't know what else to do. And it sounded really good as an instrumental. So then the light bulb went off in my head that maybe I should dig back into my catalog and see, because I've got all kinds of riffs and bits and pieces lying around. And that's what I did. And then another song came, and then another song, and then it dawned on me, maybe this would be a great time for me to dig in and put a solo project together, because Lord knows I've got the time now. Why an instrumental record? I'm a big fan of a lot of instrumental guitar players too, not just bands with songs. I also love people like Joe Satriani and Steve Vai, Stevie Ray Vaughan, but more like the Satriani where there's no vocals, there's just guitar. There's a whole genre of guitar players who put out records and it's just guitar, and I really like a lot of them. So I thought I'd throw my hat in the ring and maybe try something like that myself. It's my style. I'm nothing like these other guys. I did it my way, and I think fans who, like I say, like my style will probably like it.
Tell me a bit about the creative process for this record.
With me, it always starts with the guitar. I play every day and I practice and I noodle around, and sometimes I'm just playing, really not thinking about anything, just limbering up my fingers and stuff. And after a little while of playing and not thinking, something will come out. So I start to explore that and I build on it. I said, this sounds like a really great verse, or this sounds like a great chorus or an intro for a song. It's not just a 4-minute jam. I made it as interesting and melodic as I possibly could. And as you dig into it and you write more, then the song starts to reveal itself to you, and then you play the guitar over top of it as your melody, where the lyrics would go, and it starts to sound really good. And you create as you go along. Once I laid a framework down, it starts to take a life of its own on. How do I remember new things that I've written when I'm noodling? Because there's a lot of what I call bits and pieces. That is the miracle of the iPhone and the voice memo. And that's what everybody's using now. I must have 200 voice memos on my phone, and every songwriter I know has that, because you get this great thing at night, this great idea, and you're dead tired, you're about to go to sleep, but you find a great little riff on your guitar, and you throw it down on your iPhone, and then you get up the next day and it hasn't been lost, because there's been a lot of times when I got up the next day and I go, damn, that was really cool. What I did last night, I wish I could remember it. That's really how I catalog things, is through voice memos. That's where a lot of things will start. Well, of course, I mean, every album I do, the first people I thank is my family, is my wife Deanna and Shay and Leah. The support of your family is number one, because in our family, everybody's kind of in the business. It's 24/7. We all working each other's businesses. We're all supportive of each other, so that's a nice support system to have.